Good morning, Pisces. Good morning, Dream Weavers. I'm getting right into this reading for you. I already pulled some cards. We're going to do an Akashic record reading. In the last few days, I've been called to do a past life reading. You are Pisces, you are all going into your North Node. Pisces is in the North Node right now. And so as you go into the North Node, sometimes we're called to revisit and to recall things from past lives to see how that is going to affect us in this life, because we bring pieces of us from previous lives into this life that we're living now. And there's lessons that we learn, downloads that you're going to get, things that you might want to know that are going to help you in this life, right? So I already meditated, I already pulled a card, and it's really beautiful because it looks like in a past life, it looks like you've had a couple of past lives where some of you may have Native American background. Some of you may have Native American background. I'll show you the card. The card's Native American background. Heart's Desire, and this card says, the Heart's Desire card says, let me grab my glasses. The Heart's Desire card says, the angels are supporting and guiding and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. Healer, you have the spiritual gifts of healing and the desire to start to share it with others. And I feel like maybe you were a healer, a shaman in your past life. And another angel card, instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. And another angel card, trust and faith. So I feel like in this first past life, you were a healer. You were supported, and your lessons in that past life were to learn how to trust and have faith and to share your gifts with others. And you could have been persecuted for that. Native American here, this Native American card, it could be that you were at some point considered a witch. You may have had a past life. In that past life or in another past life, you were imprisoned, because it's like, I feel like you brought your past life forward into another past life. So I see a couple past lives here. And in this next past life, there were some phobias and imprisonment and slavery. So it looks like maybe there, you have some fears around moving into this past life. You had a past life where you had imprisonment and slavery, and maybe when you brought some of your healing gifts into this next life, you were persecuted. Maybe you were a witch, and so there you have some phobias around, it looks like around closed spaces, because I see here there was communal living in this next life, which goes along with this imprisonment card, right? But here's the thing, there's something about this past life that is leading you to your North Star, because I see a pyramid here, and pyramids were aligned with the North Pole, and I'm just feeling kind of North Star energy. And then you have also trees here, right? And trees are a symbol of growth, connection, a cyclical existence. So it's like you're coming back and back again and getting closer and closer to your North Node. But I feel like this is the closer and closer to, or deeper and deeper, I should say, to your purpose in life. Because I feel like each of these lives, you live your purpose. Like you had a past life as a healer. You had a past life where you were imprisoned for your beliefs. But each of these past lives brings, even though the past life brought imprisonment and communal living, in this past life with the trees here, it's like you are cyclical in nature. Like you're going from birth to death to rebirth. And trees represent also a what is it? I looked it up. I had to look it up. Trees represent a sacred link between the earth and the heavens. So, which is very, 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 very great, because I feel like in this past life, you're bringing that grounded energy, but that connectedness to spirit. So that duality of your energy, which is who you are, Pisces. You are that duality of energy, that light and that dark. And and which I see it here also, because in these past lives, you have lived the light and the dark, right? The healer and the imprisoned, right? And in this life, you're bringing everything that you've learned in these past lives into this new life, which this new life is and there's somewhere in this new life that that you need to either move to, or you're going to be going, that you need to travel to, where you're going to take everything that you learned, and you're going to take all this healing energy, and even the communal, there's something about communal living and imprisonment. So it's almost like you can live anywhere, you can do anything. You are unbothered in this lifetime with the energy of just of material things. Even though you will have material things, I see leadership here for you with take charge of this situation and the world. So I feel in this lifetime, there's a new cycle for you. And with all these angels here, I feel like you have Archangel Raphael, which is, I think it's God's, that stands for God's healer. I had to look Archangel Raphael up, and it literally stands for, let me see. I want to look it up here. God heals. And it's like you're going to be healing. Archangel Raphael, Archangel Shamuel, who brings peace, and also Archangel Azrael, who's associated with healing, and that's in the Jewish tradition. So that may be significant for you, because I feel like these angels have been these healing angels have been following you around all these lifetimes. And it was like you started off in your first lifetime healing others, learning how to trust, have faith, right? And then, but all that trust and faith led you to another time where you had, in order to make it back to this lifetime, you had to continue and take that on with you through trust and faith, and believe that there was something about being imprisoned, persecuted, this communal living, and that was leading you to your North Node. And it could very well be that you learn to deal with, or maybe you're carrying this phobia of like a claustrophobic energy. You may have claustrophobia that you are carrying, that you have in this lifetime, which is leading you to like this world card and open spaces and traveling. Like maybe you're going to be traveling to somewhere and trees are significant, where there are a lot of trees, and you're connecting with the earth. You're connecting, and where you have more open spaces now, right? Maybe you're not there yet, but maybe you're on your way. But maybe you are claustrophobic for this because you were imprisoned. But your communal living and your imprisonment, maybe you're going to go to somewhere where people are in this energy and need your healing. So you're going to understand, you're going to know what to do, and it's like you're going to be in a situation helping people where you've been in their situation. Maybe some of you are nurses, maybe some of you are doctors, and maybe you'll be working in a prison. Maybe some of you have worked in a prison environment already, but you're ready to get out of there and move on and help others, because now there's a new cycle of leadership starting for you, and you're getting ready to leave and travel and go into your leadership role. This is a train. I see a train station here. And your North Star. Yeah, Archangel Raphael, I feel very, very strongly, maybe, angel of peace. Like you It's like, even though you were persecuted in a past life, you are not. You know how some people, when they're persecuted, they come back and they persecute others? No, like you added this, you're taking your lessons from this past life to come back and heal others, and bring, like, you're transmuting that, because now you can understand people who are imprisoned. You have compassion. You weren't always comfortable, but I feel now you're going to be comfortable, and you're going to, like, I don't know where you're traveling to with this world card here. And this world obviously is, like, you're going into a whole new cycle in your life. Maybe some of you were imprisoned in this lifetime and have had communal living. Maybe you've had to live with many family members, and you're going to be the first one to break out and have your own space and have more open spaces, and be able to share that with your families. And with the trees here, there's like a, trees live for a long time. Like I said, they go from death to birth to rebirth, right? Like in the fall, like all the leaves fall off and it looks like it's dead, and then in the spring, like all the leaves start to grow and bud and grow again, right? And so I feel like this is you, and maybe at some time in this lifetime, people thought like that you were not. People didn't understand your journey. They thought maybe that you were, I don't want to say insignificant, but people did not understand your journey. So they didn't see you, and they didn't see the significance of everything that you had gone through. And even if you have been in prison in the past, it doesn't matter, because however you're coming out, whatever experiences that you've had, you have trust and believe, because trust and faith is here. Talk to the archangels, talk to your angels, because there is a divine path for you to your North Star with Egypt here, with this pyramid here. The trees symbolize life itself, and you are going to be breathing life into others. It may be significant for you. You may have, like I said, you may be moving to places where, at one time there were no trees. Maybe you lived in a big city. Maybe, like I said, if you were incarcerated, you didn't have trees. There's no trees, right? But now you're going to be in open spaces where you're connecting with nature. Right? And it's very cyclical, isn't it, Pisces? Because going from being, with the Native American background, Native Americans live in background. They lived off the land. They believed in herbal medicine. So some of this knowledge, you may just start to find that some of this healing knowledge, that it just comes to you. Like you may find yourself interested in looking up different herbs all of a sudden, right? Or maybe you're that person that when somebody says, hey, I don't feel well, like, for some reason, you don't know how but you just know, and you're getting these downloads. So talk to your angel, because as you talk to your angels, a lot of your gifts, you have a lot of your gifts from your past lives, but talking to your angels will open up those gifts for you. Because you're going to need them. You're going to be using them in this life. I'm telling you. Leadership here. There's something leadership. There's some situation, something that you're going to be taking charge of, that where you're going to be helping others. And this is going to bring you great recognition. Let's see. You're going to be a blessing to people. Seven of Wands and the Chariot. See, again, there's a move for you. And this is fast forward movement. And even though this is the Seven of Wands, like you're going from the Seven of Wands, like screw the Eight of Wands, like you're going from the Seven of Wands to the Chariot. And so this is a big jump for you, right? From planting all the seeds that you planted, like, and you're jumping into this leadership road, like whatever work that you've put in, whatever you've done in this lifetime, Spirit is saying, like, you are ready to take this leap. You're ready to take all this past life energy, all your everything you've learned from your past lives. You're ready to take it and bring it into this life, to step into your destiny in this lifetime, to step into your North Star. Would take charge of this situation. I feel like Spirit is saying, like, you have to take charge of, you're in charge of your life. No one else is in charge of your life. You cannot, you can't, with you being in the leadership position, you are the decision maker. You're taking charge of whatever situation it is that is coming up for you. You know, down here we have, I think these are called sphinxes, and we have Egypt here. That may be significant. Maybe some of you have been to Egypt. Are from Egypt. Your angels have planted seeds for you to take this journey. So take charge of the situation. Your angels are rooting for you. They want you to talk to them for divine guidance. They will give you strength. They will give you the strength that you need to persevere. The devil is in reverse. They will give you the strength to persevere. You're going to have more than enough to give to others. See, there you are, understanding what it's like, and you're going to be helping other people. That have been through what you've been through in your previous life. This is beautiful. You're releasing everything toxic in your life at this point. You're working on it. I see that here. You're working on releasing anything that's toxic. If there's anything that you're continuing to struggle with, talk to your angels. Maybe there's a phobia that you're dealing with. Talk to your angels. You know, if you're claustrophobic. They won't ask you to do anything that doesn't align with you. Maybe the reason this is coming up is because you may be called to go to somewhere that is, even though you'll be in open space, but you may be called to go help people that are in closed spaces. Whoa, too many. Whoa, what the Nine of Cups. I see a lot of love, a lot of self-love. I see a lot of love for the people around you. You know, leadership doesn't mean, you know, people have different definitions in their mind or different thoughts about what they think leadership is. And sometimes people think that leadership is being overbearing and telling people what to do. That's not what leadership is. Leadership is taking charge of yourself and showing others how to take charge for themselves. King of Cups and Ace of Cups. If you're showing up in this lifetime as balance, like you've, whatever work you needed to do, whatever karma that you needed to burn off, this in this lifetime you've burned it off. But when I take a look and I look at your past lives, it's like you've burnt off so much karma in your past lives already, you know. That Spirit is offering you this cup that you may offer it to others, right? As it overflows. Because now you're balanced. You know what you need to know so that you maintain this balance as you go on and help people. So you're not the wounded healer anymore. Right? Maybe in the past, maybe that's what it is. Maybe in the past life, you were, you know, I see the healer card here, and you know, maybe you were being, you know, you were the wounded healer. So you gave so much, like you had trust, you learned to trust and have faith, but you gave so much of yourself, and then you brought back all that healing energy into another life, and there wasn't balance. People took advantage of you. That's how you ended up imprisoned. But now you know when to speak, when not to speak. You realize that when you speaking to the wrong people, or trying to force people, or trying to not force people, but trying to force your beliefs onto others, or trying to get others to see what you see, I should say. I think that's a better way to put it, to get others to see what you see. Sometimes people just don't see what you see. But see, through your lifetimes, you saw this Ace of Cups coming. This balance. You saw the leadership. You always knew, you trusted and had faith that you had the leadership abilities. You know, we talk about abundance all the time and the pentacles, but without emotional regulation, without emotional balance, right? When we're healing other people, when you're healing other people without that emotional balance, you know, it's destructive. There is no abundance. You just end up drained. You're going to be celebrated. I feel like you're going to be celebrated. Maybe you were persecuted for your knowledge. You know, maybe you were before your time. in another life and got you imprisoned. Because people didn't believe. Four of Swords. Why the Four of Swords, Spirit? Page of Wands. Whew, the world was at the bottom. Four of Swords. Just, you can rest now. Right? Speak to your angels. There's some fire energy. There's this Page of Wands here. There's some creativity, passion, and this fire energy that's going to come to you, that's leading you into this new beginning. I'm telling you, that came out it was at the bottom of the deck at the beginning. So Spirit says, just, you know, be assured that if you feel like, you may be even feeling like you're resting, maybe you are getting some rest now, and you're afraid that if you're resting, like, nothing is getting done. Believe me, it's getting done. Just talk to your angels. This emotional regulation, this balance that you have now, maybe that's the phobia. Maybe that's why you're scared, because maybe in the past, I'm feeling this now, that maybe in the past you felt like, oh, you got comfortable, and then all of a sudden you found yourself in a bad situation. Not this time. It's your time to lead. It's your time to shine. And then right under that, trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. Right under that. And then right underneath that is Mother. And what did I say? You're going to help people who've been through what you've been through. Here's food and hunger. People who are in dark places. You're going to bring this Mother energy to people. This healing Mother energy. That's what mothers do, right? Trust your feelings. Let your feelings, let your emotions be, with all these cups out here. Let your emotions guide your career path. Let your feelings guide your dreams and your career path. But don't get caught up in your feelings, right? You're using your emotions to guide yourself right now and guide your path. So when you get in your emotions about other people, you want to talk to your angels, right? To see what's right and what path you should take. Because in the past, you've gotten caught up in being emotional about other people's situation, thinking that you could lead them. But you can only lead yourself. You can help others figure out how to lead themselves if they want to. You know, we can lead a horse to water, but we can't make them drink, right? Look at you, mothering, holding these children. Maybe some of you are meant to write a children's book. Maybe that's how you'll reach the world. Three of Wands. Yeah, where are you going? So you have a choice. Like, you can talk to your spirit team to help you take off the blindfolds, to see where you want to go, because you might have some confusion around where you want to go, but there is some travel in your path. And so if you're undecided about the place, about the move, you know, speak to your spirit team. Check out my videos on astrocartography, destined places. That's a great way to, when you're going to make a move, to figure out what is going to be aligned with your destiny. Sometimes, you know, sometimes we need a little bit of help, a little bit of guidance, maybe to accelerate that, right? That maybe you can accelerate that destiny. I mean, there's divine timing in everything, right? But at least you with astrocartography, you can see where your destiny's leading you. I made a few videos where I'm talking about it. I'll be posting more things, and eventually I'll be helping those who want help. You can go online and get a free chart, so that's absolutely free. But if you need help with that, I'm going to be helping people because I think it's absolutely beautiful, right? Because sometimes we get to a crossroads, we're confused, and sometimes this confusion comes from where you are, because that's part of you learning to be discerning, right? And your discernment doesn't just come from you. Your discernment is, part of your discernment is acknowledging that there's a higher power, that there are angels, that you have spirit guides, that you have God, or whatever it is that you believe in, the universe, something greater than you that you belong to. You're part of a whole. And here you are, the Empress again, with this mothering energy. And the Ace of Swords now. Great. If you're confused, you're going to gain clarity. Like, you're going to find what it is that you need to gain clarity. You know, it could be through a download. It could be through something like astrocartography. If you're looking to move, where you map out where you're going and see where your chart falls. You know, your destiny is already mapped out for you. Call for your helpers, talk to your angels. You know, like like we always think like we have to do things alone, and sometimes we think like there's nobody around us that we can talk to that will help us. But sometimes talking to your spirit team, talking to God and saying, hey, send me those destiny helpers. Oh, my stomach's growling. I need to eat something. Yeah, send me those destiny helpers. You know, instead of asking God for money and for cards and for things like that, destiny helpers are the people that can guide you on your path, that are worth more than any car, than any money somebody can put in your account. Because your destiny helpers keep you on the track and guide you on the path, and help you stay in the direction that you're supposed to be going to fulfill your destiny in this lifetime, because you have a huge destiny to fulfill. And the Death card is at the bottom of the deck. They're huge transformations that you're going to be making in this lifetime. Like, maybe there's something you're going to help the world see. Maybe, you know, with the World card here, there's something that you're meant to do, that you're meant to use all this past life energy for, and what you've learned in this lifetime. You know, and I love this because King of Cups is emotionally balanced, and then you still have Mother here. So look at the balance. You know, two things can be true at the same time. You can be emotionally balanced and nurturing. You can not allow people to take advantage of you and still be nurturing. You can have boundaries and be nurturing. And for each of you, it's going to be different. I don't know. You know, who knows? Food and hunger. Something to do with food and hunger? you know, again, I'm feeling with food and hunger, I'm feeling the duality of things. Like I'm feeling like you're going to be bringing people the spiritual food that they need to fill them up, to make them feel alive again. That's what I'm feeling with that. Like maybe at one time you didn't like you know what that feels like. But you always had trust and you always had faith that you're going to show people how to, if the people that feel like they're losing trust, they're losing faith, you're going to show them that there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. I think that's what I'm going to call this. Where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, look at you with all this past life energy. I mean, you could have gave up in a past life, right? Said, I don't want to come back. But here you are, shining. Shining like a star, helping people transform. Right? From scarcity to abundance, right? Food and hunger, scarcity, abundance. Abundance in their spirituality. Maybe they're lacking and you're going to help them find that again. Look at that, the sun. I can't make it up. You're going to help people find the sun. I don't think there's anything else to say. You're going to help them find their sun. And you're finding your sun in this lifetime. You found it, you're finding it, and your sun was going to get brighter. And with that light, as your light gets brighter, you're going to shine that on people. And wow. King of Cups, the sun, food and hunger. Taking people from darkness to light. Trust and faith. You're filling them up. It's amazing what you can get through when you feel alive. No matter what, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. You're giving people the will that they need again. You're helping them find their will. Ten of Swords at the bottom. You're finding people that are, oh, wow. You're finding people who are at their wits' end, right? Who don't know if they're going to get up again. And guess what? You're helping them find. You're helping them find strength and their 10 of Cups, their emotional balance, their happiness, the sun. It's your light that you're bringing to people that takes their hunger away for whatever it is that they have going on in their life. It's not just about food. Could be, but it's not just about food. It's about emotional, spiritual hunger. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right, Pisces, I'm going to close this out here. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Hit that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know if you claim this reading for yourself, and I will see you in the next one. I love you. Let's keep weaving this dream together. All right. Love you.